fun video because I'm gonna be just ranking books that are on TikTok, and I feel like these books are just gonna be like the hyped up books on TikTok, but I feel like there is so little diversity in these books. It is actually wild, but this is just for funsies. So I'm actually using a template that I found like literally online. I'll link it below if you guys wanna do this. I just thought it'd be fun. So we're gonna go through and just like rank these from different tiers. I've never done this before, literally never tier ranked any like books or anything, but if you guys want me to do another tier ranking video that's maybe particular to the books on my bookshelf, let me know and I can create like my own template. But this is just like a fun, happy little thing that I thought would be interesting to do because I've never done it before. If you guys enjoy this video, make sure to subscribe because there's new videos literally every single day for the entire month of October, and I've been loving Booktober and I hope you guys are too. So yeah, let's get into this. I don't know what books are on this little list, so we can look through them together. Now, if you guys see me looking down, just know I'm literally just looking at my laptop, which is where I have the little like list at, but obviously it'll be on screen for you guys. So there's a bunch of different categories which we'll be going through here. The top category will be would sell my soul to experience this for the first time. These are the books that are like the best, not 5 stars because I just like only have a few 5 stars and I don't actually think that any of these books are 5-star reads, but these are books that are like way up there, like very highly rated, books I would love to recommend, so good. Exclamation is like just below that. Like these are like, love them so much, I can't get enough of them, that kind of vibe. After that, the next little like category is it was enjoyable but forgettable. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. And then the category after that is, did I like it? Would I recommend? Sure. And I feel like a lot of books honestly fall into that. The next category after that is, don't make me talk about it. Next category is, I simply am not picking this book up and you can't make me, which actually some of these books on this list are in that category. So we'll see. I don't know what I end up getting into. And then the very last category is TBR, so it's like books to be read that I just haven't gotten around to yet. So let's start with just what's on this little list. I have not looked at all the books on here, so this will be like a surprise to you and to me. So the first book that I see here is My Dark Vanessa. I have not read this and I'm putting it in my TBR because I actually planned on reading this but didn't get to it last month, and it's still sitting on my TBR like little shelf area because I could not put it back on the bookshelf. I just like want to read it so bad. The next book is Verity, and I think in the past if you had asked me I would have said would sell my soul to experience this for the first time, but I don't think that that's where I'd put this book. I'll probably put it in the exclamation point. It still is, I think, one of her best books that I've probably ever read. It is so good. Next book is The Deal by Elle Kennedy. That is definitely going into the TBR section. I actually own that book and have not read it yet. I think because the like series is so long, it's so daunting to me that it just makes me a little bit nervous to jump into it. The next book is Ugly Love. I have not read this and I kind of want to read it again. I remember being obsessed with it when I first read it, but looking back, so many people have said that there's like a lot of problematic things in it. So I'm gonna say it was enjoyable but forgettable because I just actually don't remember what even happened in it. The next book after that is Twisted Love, and I'm gonna put that into the TBR section because I have not read that, but I do want to read it. I actually am gonna do another video that has dark romance recommendations, and I'll probably put that book into that video. November 9th by Colleen Hoover. I really love this book. I don't care what anybody says. Some people didn't like it. I really enjoyed it. It was a very like good book that I've read of hers, but I do not remember it. So it was enjoyable, but forgettable. I don't know if I put it there, but maybe I'll put it in the did I like it? Would I recommend? Sure. I don't know. I kind of want to be like it was enjoyable, would recommend, you know, like a little bit of both. But I think I'll put it in the it was enjoyable but forgettable because I actually don't remember what even happened. I feel like if I looked at the back of it, maybe I would remember, but it was forgettable. From Luke Off with Love, I want to read that so bad. Mariana Zapata's books scare me because they are so big. I'm just nervous that if I start it, I'll hate it, and then like I've never DNF'd a book, so then I'm just like stuck. Also, I've never read Hook, Line, and Sinker by Tessa Bailey. I did read It Happened One Summer. Thought that was cute. Hook, Line, and Sinker, I don't know if I'm ever gonna get around to it, maybe next summer, I don't know. I feel like maybe I'm the only person in the world who has not read it. Beach Read, love this book, absolutely loved it. Would I sell my soul for it? I don't know, I don't think so. I definitely would put it up there though. That's definitely one of my favorites. I honestly don't know if any of the books from this like list are gonna be in my would sell my soul to experiences for the first time, because you guys know I'm a huge fan of BookTok books, but I feel like some books get overly hyped, and a lot of the books that I feel like I like are books that are on Black TikTok or diverse reads, or maybe books that haven't been hyped up just yet. I don't know. The Spanish Love Deception, I have not read this, but it's not really on my TBR. I think I might put it in the I simply am not picking this book up and you can't make me. And not because there's anything wrong with it, just because I don't really want to read it. Like, there's nothing really in that like looks interesting to me. I've heard a lot of people who didn't like it. Maybe I'll read it one day. I just don't want to put it in my TBR because it's not really on my TBR and I don't really plan on putting it there. Cold Tea by Mariana Zapata, it's also not on my TBR. But I could see myself putting it on my TBR if I like From Luke Off With Love. That's actually on my TBR, like in my house. So I'll put it in my TBR section because I could see myself adding it there. Inheritance Games, it's not happening. I'm so sorry, not my genre. That's going into I simply am not picking this book up, you can't make me. Better Than the Movies. I love this book so much. Oh, this is going into my little exclamation point section. It's not in my sell my soul to experience this again because I genuinely don't know if I'd read it again, but it was so cute and it's one that I definitely love so much. I don't know what this is. They Both Die at the End. I don't know what that is. I'm just gonna put I simply am not picking this book up because you can't make me because I don't know who that book is about. After, I'm putting that in my TBR. It is actually on my TBR and I picked that up when I went to, where did I go? I went with friends to a like bookstore. We went bookstore shopping and one of my friends actually had me close my eyes and pick out a book like blindly, and that was so fun. The Midnight Library. I think I'm gonna put that in the did I like it and would I recommend it sure section, because the book I think has great themes and I think the themes are things that I would probably want to talk about and they'd be good for like a book club, but it wasn't like amazing, you know, so it was Daisy Jones and the Six, love this book, loved it, loved it, loved it. We're gonna go in the exclamation section, love that book so much, it was great. People We Meet on Vacation, we'll go in the little TBR because I still have not read that. I think that's the only book by Emily Henry that's like very popular that I have not read, because I read Happy Place, I've read Beach Read, I've read Book Lovers, I've read, I feel like there's one more I've read I can't think of, but yeah, I've read all of those and I just have not read People We Meet on Vacation, so I need to read that soon because I've heard the trope is friends to lovers and I love that trope. Malibu Rising, we're gonna put that in the don't make me talk about it. I'm sorry. Everyone who loves that book, I think that is one of her worst books, and you guys know I am a Taylor Jenkins Reid stan. That book to me is like, okay, we're talking about one night here, and one night only, I'm a little bored. Like, we need to pick up the pace, something needs to like get moving. I don't know, I just wasn't like obsessed with it, so definitely was not my favorite for sure. The next book, I can't even see these anymore. They're like being covered by my laptop. We Were Liars. I did not like that book really at all. So we're gonna put that in the don't make me talk about it, because when we are trying to empathize with rich people, like rich people who one of their biggest struggles is they're fighting over who gets their grandfather's like mega billion-dollar mansion. I have a hard time with that. I had a hard time with that. Like, I need something else to empathize with you about, because whoever gets it, y'all still gonna be rich regardless. So I didn't know. I don't know. I don't need to talk about that book. Funny You Should Ask. I am gonna put this into the, oh, there we go. We actually get to roll down a little bit. Funny You Should Ask is gonna go into the little section that says, maybe don't make me talk about it. That book was just like, I don't know, overhyped, I feel like. Like, you're telling me that they met each other and they didn't see each other for like 10 years and they're still in love 10 years later, but like nothing happened? I don't know. Every Last Word, haven't read. It's on my TBR. Okay, let's go back to where I was at. Where'd that go? Every Last Secret, Every Last Word is gonna go in my TBR. Shatter Me, have not read. I'm simply not picking this book up, and you can't make me. Not my vibe, not my cup of tea. Thousand Boy Kisses, I love this book. It's going to the exclamations. It literally made me sob. Bunny, not happening. Simply not picking it up. It looks too weird to me. Circe, nope, sorry, not happening. Song of Achilles, nope. That my brain power does not need anything that makes me think. I need to not think. I need to do the opposite of thinking. So yeah, it happened one summer. Did I like it? Would I recommend? Sure. It was cute, so I'll put it there. Yeah, it was cute. Girlfriends, not reading it. Sorry, not happening. If we were villains, nope. Simply not picking it up. You can't make me. Punk 57, this is actually on my TBR, so I want to read this. I'm trying to go a little bit faster because I'm realizing it's already been so long. Court of Thorns and Roses. Sorry guys, it's not happening. It's not happening. Now that Fourth Wing has come out, I feel like if I had a fantasy to start with, it would be Fourth Wing, because I actually thought about making a Court of Thorns and Roses my first fantasy book, but I'm so glad I didn't, because that's a whole series, and like, you know how I am about my series. I gotta finish them all. Neon Gods, don't even know what that book is. Not happening, so sorry. All Your Perfects, I have not read that, so that's gonna go into the TBR. Six of Crows, simply not picking it up. Anything that's like fantasy is gonna go in the simply I'm not picking up section. Red, White, and Royal Blue, y'all know I love that book. It was so good. Let's see. There we go. Put it in the little exclamation point section because I love that book. It was so good. A Little Life, do not make me talk about that book. I have a whole video that was like 45 minutes long about how detrimental that book is. Like, we do not stand trauma porn here, okay? Like, I did not like that book. So, moving on. You've Reached Sam. I don't plan on picking up that book. I don't even know what it is. Touch of Darkness, nope, so sorry. Dance of Thieves, nope, another fantasy, sorry. Maybe never getting to fantasies. I don't know. Not happening. Every Summer After, did I like it and would I recommend? Sure. No, we're just not going to talk about that one actually, because the ending of that book, it's just, we're not okay after the ending of that book. If you want to read a Friends to Lovers where they have like a second chance romance, read Love in Other Words, because I feel like she stole like Love in Other Words idea trope from there. So yeah, so sorry. Not happening. Silent Patient, did I like it and would I recommend? Sure. I kind of want like an in-between, because I don't know if I would put this in my exclamation section, but it definitely wasn't forgettable. And it definitely wasn't So I guess I'll put it in the exclamation. I don't know. No, that seems too high. I liked it. I really liked it. I'll put it in the, it was enjoyable, but no. Yeah, I guess that's where I'll put it. It was enjoyable, but forgettable. It wasn't really forgettable. No, I can't do that. I can't do that to The Silent Patient. It was too good for that. I'll put it in the exclamation point section. I feel like there needs to be something in between, you know, like it was really good, but like wasn't my favorite ever. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't need to have like a negative with it. Like I feel like all the other things below it are like negative, kind of negative. Normal People, don't make me talk about that book. Why was it written that way? Why was it like so depressing? Why did it make me feel for the characters and like just feel so alone, sad, and desolate after the story was over? I don't know. Sally Rooney, please tell me what you were trying to do with that book. The Fine Print, going right up into exclamation. Love that book so much. The whole series, honestly. Book Lovers, it was enjoyable but forgettable, I think. Yeah, I don't really like remember much of what happened in that book, and I think that one personally is like Emily Henry's like it's my least favorite book of Emily Henry's writing. Conversations with Friends, I'm simply not picking up this book. After Normal People, Sally Rooney did me so wrong. We're not doing this again. Oh my gosh, we have a book that's gonna go into the top section. Da, da, da. Let me see if I can go up there. How do I get up there? I need to get up there. There we go. I literally just need to scroll. I would sell my soul to experience this for the first time. I would sell my soul. Oh my gosh, I want to inject this into my veins. 11 Other Words by Christina Lauren. I just love it so much. It's so good. I own it in a special edition copy. It's one of my favorite romances, and if I could only recommend one romance to anyone, it would be that one. Also, fun fact, I don't know if you guys know this, but Macy is a woman of color, and Elliot, he also is like, I mean, you know this if you read it, but like he's a like book-ish guy, and like I don't think that you can find that anywhere else. You know what I mean? Like a bookish guy, main character who is like very intellectual and like, I don't know, loves words and letters and reading and books. And then another main character who's the exact same, but also she is like a woman of color and she's the main character, not like a supporting role. Like, it's just everything. It's everything. I don't need anything else. That's all I need. If I just had that book, I would be happy. And Honeymooners, I liked it. Did I like it? Would I recommend it? Sure. That's where we're gonna put it, because I read so many books by Christina Lauren after watching, or after reading 11 Other Words. I literally say watching because it feels like I'm watching a movie when I read that book. I want to read it again already. And it was just okay. Like it wasn't something I wouldn't recommend. I think it was cute, probably a nice beach read, just something easy, fluffy, nothing crazy. The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, we're gonna say we're probably not gonna pick that up. I thought about it again, and then I was like, nope, it's actually just not my vibe, so we're just not gonna do that. Wall of Winnipeg and Me, it's actually not on my TBR, but I could see, again, myself putting it on my TBR if I like From Luke Off with Love, which is actually on my bookshelf. But I think if I read one book from her and don't like it, I probably won't read any more, which is very rare because normally I feel like I give authors multiple chances, but her books are too thick. I can't do that with you. I'm so sorry, Mariana Zapata. If I don't like your first book, I don't know if I'm gonna give you another chance. I don't know. I did actually just buy, I think it's called Wait For You by her, so I might have to because I bought 2 of her books. I think I bought a second book because I'm like, I need to read something of hers. I've just heard great things about her writing. Reminders of Him, this is going up in the exclamation point section because I think that this is her best piece of writing other than Verity. I love Reminders of Him, and anyone who wants to get into Colleen Hoover, I always recommend this book because it's so much better than other books. I don't know what this one is called, The Sweetest Something. That's just gonna go in the section. I simply am not picking up this book because I don't even know what it is, and I don't really care. The Love Hypothesis, did I like it and would I recommend? Sure. I think that that's where we're gonna put it because it was good. Well, no, maybe we'll put it in it was enjoyable but forgettable. It was good in the moment. I was loving it, having a happy, fluffy, easy read time. I love the ending, but I don't really remember much about it. I remember when they like went to the little conference, and that's pretty much all I remember. So it was good. I enjoyed it while I was reading it. To Love, Jason Thorne, it's on my TBR. It's literally in my house. I need to get to it. I've never read anything by Ella May. Someone please convince me because her books again are very thick, which scares me. So yeah, it's on my TBR. How to Get Away with Murder is another one on my TBR. Very, very like high up-ish kind of, maybe not. I don't know. I want to watch the shows, okay? I want to get to it. Aren't they like making a show about it? That's really what's making me want to watch it. Or read it. The Hating Game by Sally Thorne. We're gonna put this up in It Was Enjoyable But Forgettable. It's such a cute book and I've recommended it many times and I really enjoyed it, but it's one of those happy fluffy books that you just kind of forget, and that's like fine. Sometimes that just happens. Like I don't even remember their names really. Heartstopper, we love this book. We're gonna go all the way up to the little exclamation mark. I love it so much. Love it, love it, love it. Can't wait to watch the series on Netflix. And Where the Crawdads Sing, have not read it, it's on my TBR. Watched the movie, so I don't know if I'm actually gonna get to it, but we might, we'll see. The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, I'm gonna put this up in the it was enjoyable but forgettable. I really, really liked it in the moment. I read it like 2 years ago, I think, but I do not remember really what happened. I definitely recommend it all the time, but again, I don't really remember what happened, so we're just gonna keep it there. Atlas 6, I don't really think I'm gonna ever pick that up. Now this book, we're ending the video with this book because this book, do not make me talk about this book. It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. We do not need to talk about that book, like literally at all. I feel like it's so overhyped. She has so many other books, and this book to me glamorizes abusive relationships a little bit. Even though she didn't say it was written about her mom, still I wish at the end she had really like tied up in a bow the whole relationship and like cut it off and been like, okay, we're gonna move on from that. But I know that's not always realistic, but like for the young people who are reading it, it's like, come on, like, anyway. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was definitely fun. There's only one book and it would sell my soul to experience this for the first time, and it is Love in Other Words by Christina Lauren. And then in the section under that, we have Verity by Colleen Hoover, Beach Read by Emily Henry, Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter, Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid, A Thousand Boy Kisses by Tilly Cole, Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston, The Silent Patient by Alex Micklids, The Fine Print by Lauren Asher, Reminders of Him by Colleen Hoover, and Heartstopper by Alice Oseman. And those are all the books that I think are like my top tier. Everything else, it's just all right. So hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.